That was great.
Well, hello and welcome to another episode of Three Crones in the Woo-Woo. It's been a month since we've been live, and boy, can you tell I'm out of practice? For those of you who didn't notice, each one of our themes was still attached to each one of those segments as they were going through the main intro. And normally I take those off, but I'm going to blame Mercury retrograde for this fuck up. It happens. It's just, he's got to stick his little nose into this show every fucking time he goes backwards. And here he is again, you know? So couldn't possibly be that I'm just like out of practice and I was doing this shit in the bathtub at 9 o'clock in the morning. Nothing having to do with that, thank you. Hi, Krista. How have you been?
I'm doing pretty okay. So I'm going to give everyone a heads up, right now, speaking of Mercury and technology, this isn't a Mercury thing so much as it's new technology. I got myself a new camera and I got myself a new microphone. So that I could upgrade. As Gregory says, I am now an official podcaster. I don't know really what that means. However, because we've been doing a podcast for 3 years. And so I don't know, maybe it's because I'm all about razor at the moment. We went to the razor store the other day and got a little excited. And so now I have an official camera. So what I'm saying is, so my camera's right here where my fingers are. And then where my other hand is where my computer screen is. So I'm kind of trying to look at both at the same time. This is not going to be my space where I run the podcast from. We haven't finished setting that up yet, but I wanted to play with my new toys.
Yay! Progress. I love progress. That's awesome.
Yeah. So it is. And if you hear any glitches, like my microphone isn't loud enough or I'm not close enough, I'll move in, I'll move out. I haven't quite, like I said, this is a lot of playing. So comment, let me know. How do I sound? Can you hear me? Do I sound clear?
You sound great. For the most part, you look great as far as the camera. Yeah. But I think that your ring light is back too far because it's not giving you the light in the space between your camera and your face. And it's competing with the window.
It is. So light needs to be right here. Yeah. And it will be much closer when it's set up. I keep leaning in. So when we get it set up, and I actually altered, I won't have a window behind me. So and of course I'm trying to make the ring light so it doesn't glare off my glasses. Like if I sit like this, you don't see the ring light in my glasses.
Yeah. The key for me has always been to have it up above and pointing down into the space in front of you.
Yeah.
Sort of, and catching your face a little bit because that's the only way to keep it off the glasses. And then I've gone to a very narrow lens so that I've got less of a in my face.
Less of a glare. So we'll see. It's all this is us playing. Gregory, yes. I actually was doing something. I woke up this morning. Thank you, Mercury retrograde. This is a Mercury retrograde thing. Because retrogrades are about revisiting. And I'm revisiting an idea I had years ago. And I didn't just revisit it. I actually took action with it. I came down the stairs and I have been taking action with it since I got up, so what I'm creating is to go along with our crystal of the week for 2025. I'm actually creating a printable journal.
Nice.
So that you can,
you know, what's very strange is, go ahead.
Yeah.
When did this, I know this idea came to you a while ago, but were you thinking about it yesterday morning around 9 o'clock?
No. Yesterday morning
Okay.
around 9 o'clock, I was thinking, what was I think? Oh, I was thinking about the fact that I was doing a yoga class, a flow yoga, and I was like going, oh, holy shit, I need this, but it hurts. Damn it. That's what I was thinking.
Sorry about that. Please continue. Go ahead. This sounds awesome.
So yeah, no, but this is something I've been thinking about doing. Actually, about 10 years ago, about 10 years ago, I started doing a crystal challenge week with dimensional healing. That's the other, my alter ego self is dimensional healing with Krista. And I started teaching this, and we'd spend a week and we would intuitively pick crystals, and I'd have you journal about it. Well, I created a printout that you could have about 2 years into, doing this. I did it about once a quarter, and it took me 2 years to actually create something. Essentially, it was more about being confident in creating a printout that people would want, vice creating the printout, if that makes sense. Because once I made my mind up to do that aspect, that was the easy part. Putting that together, I realized that I made it difficult because I kept hiding behind the fact that people would find it valuable. And last year, no, it wasn't last year. It was after we did our meetup. I was like, oh, you know what? I'm going to create a printable journal to go along with our, but I was going to do it really, printable page, very similar that people could print, for the weekly crystal that went along with the weekly crystal calendar that I create. But I just never got to it. Essentially moving everything else. Last year was, hey, I need to just get moved and retired. Yes. And this year or this morning, it was like, no, you need to sit down and do this now. And initially I was only going to create what I thought were going to be 1 or 2 pages, that for each week somebody could print off. No, actually, this is turning into more. This is turning into a lot more. And I need to, after we're done with this, I'm going to sit and add more stuff that has come to mind that I need to do. It may end up being that it all separates, but it's like, no, this needs to happen right now. And I'm like, it's because we just entered Mercury retrograde, and I'm feeling that that's my time limit.
Your revision period.
This period this is it. This is my deadline. Gotcha. I have this Mercury retrograde to get this done.
Well, that's perfect.
It is. And it's like, okay, I got to do this now. Everything else I needed to do can be on pause for the moment. So that's, for me, it's kind of it's a real empowering moment, I think is nice. The best way I could say. Nice. So but other than that, it's been exciting. We've been moving in and doing exciting things and moving in still. I feel like that's my theme right now, moving in.
Well, the reason I asked about when you were thinking about it was because I was sitting there yesterday a little bit late for doing my monthly poll for, love, money, work, health, spirit, and general energy. And I started pulling those, and I found a slip and I'm not sure if it was the first one that I did or not, but it was from May of 2023. So I've been doing this for over a year now, right? And, like looking back and seeing how did this play out and stuff. And it's very, very interesting. And I was thinking about doing a journal exactly like you described, but with that monthly pulse stuff. So there's another level.
And that's another level. And I think that I'm with you. You should do that. And so essentially, I think you and I are both supposed to be creating things.
Yeah.
That people can print, whether it's sellable, whether it's giveaway. Yeah, that's just kind of where it's like it's going to grow into what it needs to grow into. Exactly. But definitely it's an important thing right now. But that's amazing. That really is amazing. Yeah, I've been carrying my deck with me, my Oracle deck, and I haven't pulled. I've been meaning to pull, but I just haven't done it yet. And actually, as I was sitting, I sat down to do my poll for today, and then I was going to do a poll for the month. And
time out. 12:12 on the clock, 11:22 on the timer.
Oh my gosh, that's great! I love it. That is so. Yeah, so after this, I'm going to sit and poll. And it is. It's a bit crazy how this all has worked out. There are a lot of things definitely going on, and with the energy of it all. So it is. It's a really good thing. So I don't know. I don't see that we have anybody as of right yet watching, but if there is somebody watching, hi out there. Say hello, comment so that we know that you're here with us. I was just getting ready to actually go to YouTube because there it is. There's there we go. I'm on YouTube. So I was just trying to look to see that I'm the one person that's on at the moment, but that's fine. I mean, at the moment, it's fine. We've been gone for a month and everybody's on vacation this week. I don't know. It seems like everyone's on vacation.
Yes, absolutely. Well, speaking of vacation, I've vacationed like 2 times and I'm going to be vacationing another in a minute, which I did not see coming, but I'm loving it. So here's the first part was that I went to Michigan for a week.
Yeah.
And I wish that I had a little bit more foresight for it all. And part of me also realizes I'm kind of glad that I didn't, because I planned just to actually take a vacation, right?
Yeah.
And then when I got ready to go, I realized that the Rock Your World Festival at the St. Clair Shore VFW Hall, which I had participated in before I left Michigan, was that weekend.
Oh, wow.
So if I had foresight that it was going to be happening that weekend, I would have booked it to do the 3 days there.
Yeah.
Right. But as it was, by the time I figured it out and put the pieces in place, I only had Saturday available, and it just was not the right kind of energy to pay for 3 days, only do one, walk in the middle of something and leave early. It just ick, Yeah. So I didn't. Going forward, now that I know that, if I'm going to continue to be working at this particular restaurant next year, and they do their same days of close down every year, then that's going to be my destination, is going to be doing that festival on that weekend in July next year. So I think, I see things are starting to pull together as far as a calendar, if you will.
Yeah.
I had the most amazing week in Michigan with my grandson. Every night we cuddled on the couch and watched movies. And there was some background healing happening that I was like aware of, but it was one of those things that you don't bring into the spoken. You just notice and allow it to be.
Yeah.
And it was phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. Now I've just gotten word. Oh, sorry, I'm shedding all over myself here. I've just gotten word that I get to hold grandma camp this year, and yeah.
Wow.
So I'm going to go. Well, I'm going to go back to Michigan the 12th, and
Okay.
I'm going to pick up my grandson. I'm going to bring him here for the week during Bennington Battle Day weekend, where there's huge amounts of very cool educational activities for everyone, including kids, around the American Revolution, which my grandson is very fascinated by.
Excellent.
So yeah, so we're gonna do the war reenactments. We're going to the fireman's barbecue and the whole 9 yards, and it's gonna be phenomenal. And then the last week or so, my younger daughter was up here camping, and right now you might call it the rainy season up here in Vermont. It's just summer. New England it becomes a freaking cold rainforest in the summertime. You know, it's not a hot rainforest; it's a cold rainforest up here, and things are just growing like monsters. Yes. It's amazing. It's good, right?
Yes,
fabulous. But she was up here for camping, and it rained all 3 days, and she was absolutely thrilled, because when you live in the desert and you get 360 days of sunshine a year, vacation is finding rain, finding a nice thunderstorm, a real thunderbanger. And she was just absolutely thrilled. We hated to have to send her back home, but we love her. She's welcome back anytime. All the time, if you ask me. Sue's here. Welcome to see you, Sue. Yay, good to see you. So yeah, the vacation. And now, like I said, I'm going to be traveling the next 2 Tuesdays. So we'll see specifically what we are able to do with the show, with me being the traveling Crystal Crone for a little while.
So it's kind of funny. I may end up having to do some traveling as well. So we'll see. Awesome. We'll work it all out. My daughter, Genevieve, has to have some surgery. We won't find out until the 14th of August. So exactly when we're going to be traveling, but we'll be going down to be there to help her because she'll be bedridden. She's having a tendon that it has been torn, resewn together.
Okay.
And yeah. So it's a small procedure. However, in order for her to heal correctly, she has to she has to be on bed rest for a week to 2 weeks. My sense is that definitely a week. We'll give her some good Reiki and all kinds of great stuff that she needs, and she's doing her PT. So, but yeah, it's okay. I'm excited that you're having an opportunity to do some traveling, because that is a healthy thing.
We will be doing our impressions of Jim Cantori and doing our remotes on the road.
There you go. Hey, it's all good. We can do this. We've done this before. I know that where you were during this last July, we're during the month of July, the Tuesdays and traveling weren't going to work. So especially when you were out in the middle of the woods.
Yes. Oh, and lovely thing too is the if you get a chance to, the Perseid meteor shower is happening, and that peaks the 12th to the 14th. So if we do get an uncloudy night, take some time and try to get away from the city.
Yeah, I will. You know what? That's a really good idea. I would love to go and see. Sorry, a strange noise. It's outside though. It just kind of was like, what is that? It's a motor. I'd love to do that. But speaking of which, we have a lot going on, not just the meteor shower. There's a lot going on in the stars.
Right? Let's get to it. So yeah, you're absolutely right. We have a whole lot going on. Yesterday was the new moon, right? That's in Leo.
Sunday was.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right. The 4th.
Yep, the
When I
4th.
wrote it, it was yesterday.
I understand.
Right. And then now it's in Virgo.
Yeah.
Right. No, the sun's in Leo, the moon's in Leo. The moon is new and it's heading into Virgo. And August 5th, I take that back. It's the 8th. It's the 8th that Mercury is retrograde conjunct Venus in Virgo. And it's the Lionsgate portal day.
Yes.
Yes. Now, a couple of things about this. I've always been a little salty about this Lionsgate thing. Okay. Because I didn't understand how you can go, okay, 888. I get numerology. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But on a universal level, our earthly numerology, it doesn't fit for me. You're talking about the 8th month, right? The 8th day. We know the calendars have already been adjusted at least once or twice, right?
Yes.
We don't go on the moon calendar, which is actually what the universe goes on, right? Mm-hmm. And then our years even are set arbitrarily on the birth or death of a particular human that lived only 2,000 years ago, when our planet goes back millions of years. Okay. So how can 888 have anything to do with the stars? How can it have any kind of impact? And I finally found the answer today.
Okay.
Research. And that is because every year, or right around the same time, the Earth, the Sirius, the dog star, and Orion align within the Leo constellation.
Oh.
And it almost always happens right around the 2nd week of August, the 8th of August.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, why that doesn't travel, considering that our calendar has to do with 29 and a half days, right? How that alignment ends up on that same day each year is beyond me. I still don't get it. But I also understand that that's a wonderful portal for manifestation, spiritual healing, and transformation, which are all the infinite 8 energies.
Yes.
Right?
Yep.
So what's your take on all this? Because I'm starting to understand it, but I'm still a little confused. And I know astrology is not necessarily your wheelhouse, but what's your thought about the numerology of it all?
So for me, the numerology of it is, I look at it because 8 is an infinite number, right? I look at it in terms of the symbology of 8 is the same as below, right? So it reflects, it's a mirror. And in terms of the 8th day in the 8th month, because I lived in Asia and I understand the significance of the number 8 in that culture, it has always had a lot of significance, I guess, in my life, because it's a very powerful, a very auspicious number. It brings wealth, it brings growth. It's all the things that we aspire in the physical plane, less about aspiring, I don't want to say in the spiritual plane, because it's very physical. Yet if you look at it in terms of the reflection, that means it will reflect back into each realm, right? Each realm will reflect into each other. So for me, I didn't ever, so the Lions portal gate, or Lions Gate, is something that I learned about maybe 10 years ago. And I don't want to say I'm like you in terms of I've struggled with it. I look at it, it's like, oh, it's something that happens in Leo. And because Leo is a very powerful astrological sign, I can see that. as something significant. Plus, it's, right after first harvest, if you will, because we just celebrated what is considered first harvest or early harvest. And so, you think about the abundance of it all. And that's kind of where I go with it, is it's like, it's about the abundance. It's about, it works in a different way with the natural world as well as the numerology world for me.
Okay.
So yeah, I guess I like learning learning about it from different points of view. Still to this day, astrology, it's like Greek to me for so many things. I'm getting some of it, but it's so vast, and
It
there's
really
so
is.
much, and it's so deep. It's not a superficial surface kind of practice or understanding. It really does require being your own researcher, so that you can find what you understand. So yeah, so that's
what resonates with you individually and so on.
Yeah.
For me, that's 100% accurate, because I have been toying with it for years. Like since I was like 10 or 12 years old, I was like looking into what is Libra, what is, all this other stuff. And then, like 10 years before I realized that there's ascending signs and your moon sign and all of these, and, like these asteroids that come into it. And it's like, wait a minute. No wonder the freaking 3 sentences in the newspaper doesn't make any sense for people's lives.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
What the heck? But yeah, and then once you start understanding who you are and what the snapshot was for your life when you were born, then start trying to read it for other people and their ascendants and their moons and, all of that kind of stuff. And I didn't find out until this last year. I got this black moon Lilith in freaking Gemini or something like that, like across the zodiac wheel from me.
Yeah, yeah.
And that will do, that particular black moon Lilith placement.
Yeah.
It will take anything that I love and it will make me not want it anymore.
Yeah, you had said that. I remembered in one of our shows.
All this before I was of marriageable age. Because it's set up for, as soon as I get the goal of we're in love, then it starts to decay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So at any rate, I could have dealt with things a little differently. I think I could have. Anyway, so the point being, though, is then you start looking at other people's charts and trying to figure out, okay, well, they're this, but what do they have that's making them do this, which is completely not that?
Yes.
No?
Yeah. No, it is. It's really true. I'm with you. I just learned, well, is before we started doing our podcast, that hey, I had a moon sign. I was like, I have a moon sign? I understood the significance of my moon phase of when I was born, which, that is significant as well, right? So thinking about the phase that you were born in, now it's a case of, now I have a moon sign. I know my moon phase. I know the day of the week I was born, right? You have all these aspects.
I recently learned about my moon phase. I'm not even sure what that is. I think it's waning.
Yeah, I can't remember. I have it written. So it's funny. I wrote all this in my kids' baby books so that they would have access to this information. It's like, look, you want to have it. It's in your baby book. They don't. They're on my bookshelf still. I haven't given them their baby books yet. Right. But, it's like, here, I have it. I wrote it down. I'm very good at writing down information. Very good at that.
Nice.
Yeah. So yeah, no, it is. There's a lot that's happening. I don't know if you guys have been experiencing the energy of the new moon that we just had. We have in our house. Also the energy of the Mercury retrograde, know that for me, my sense is that this is one that's going to make you, because Virgo is part of this retrograde, a large part of the retrograde, as well as Leo. Communication is going to be up there, organization. So if you've been, procrastinating, getting stuff organized, get your shit together.
Yes.
Saturn
is over there on the other side of the wheel going, look, if you're not doing your work, I'm going to kick your ass.
Yeah. And it is. And it's so true. We have all that going on, and we've been experiencing all of it here in our house. So I can only imagine for some, what it does for them as well. So I'm like, oh my goodness, it's exciting. It's all exciting stuff right now.
Right. Now, a couple of things before we move on to the next segment that I want to point out. August 7th, Mercury retrograde and Venus actually align. And that's a really good day for financial good fortune. So go buy a lottery ticket, make plans, whatever the case may be. That Mercury retrograde will continue until August 28th, until it goes back direct into Leo. All right. And then the best day of the entire freaking retrograde between now and August 28th is August 18th, because that's when the Cazimi happens. And that is the Mercury in the heart of the sun. So the Mercury gets obscured by the sun passing in front of it between us. And it's also, so that is the time to make plans for the future and see through the fog, gain clarity to transform. All right, now this whole thing, the Mercury retrograde conjunct Venus in Virgo situation is all about learning how to reclaim our dreams. So all those dreams that we put aside, like the printable journal, that kind of thing, that you're thinking about formulating on the back burner, pull them off of the back burner, bring them out, and reclaim what it was that you had the goal of doing in the beginning. Okay. And then also mending our hearts, right? Whatever damage that past relationships have left with us, to take that time for self-care and to put the healing back in place. All right. Good things are coming. All right. Now, how can we help bring them in with what I'm working on?
So, all right. So raw morganite is our crystal of the week. And it was really interesting because I did a little write-up and I snipped everything down so that you guys could see what the upcoming crystals of the week were. And I was looking at them and I was like, raw morganite is perfect for right now. And it's perfect because it is bringing us in Sorry, we're going to rewind and start that sentence again. It is allowing us to bring forth this wisdom that we have been working on, this inner wisdom, this inner knowing, this connection of who we are. It is going to allow us to bring that understanding with clear, calm communication, clear, calm compassion, and clear and calm understanding for whether it's something that you're trying to understand in yourself, whether it's something that you're trying to understand in a situation or work with others. It is a really good time for that right now, because it is in a Mercury retrograde. We have 5 planets now in retrograde. So remember, retrograde is about revisiting, and for everything. It isn't necessarily about, doom and gloom. It's about revisiting. It's about also relaxing. It's about rejuvenating. It's about giving ourselves that grace that we need in order to tap into our dreams, because right now, remember, you're still in that new moon energy. This is the last day. So if you haven't written down what your seeds are that you're planting in order to grow, this is, get it done, write it out. Because doing this right now, you may not see it, in the next 30 days. However, you're going to see that the fact that you have taken this time to organize your thoughts, taken this time to really connect to that inner wisdom, taking the time to realize that this is a new beginning, that growth, it's going to be steady and it's going to be strong. And the Morganite will help you identify with all that. It helps you connect with it. I think I have some Morganite on right here, a necklace. And it really is a calming stone. It really helps that gentle awareness. It works with the heart chakra very much like rose quartz does. However, it works in a gentle but sledgehammer kind of way. I know you're like, Krista, talk about using opposite words. Whereas you find rose quartz kind of works in this very steady, right? You can feel it breaking up. Morganite, I feel like it's a gentle thing, but yet it's like you're using this gentle energy like a sledgehammer, because it's breaking through that energy. The what?
The image that I'm getting.
What is it?
Have you ever been in a pillow fight with a pillow that's made out of real goose feathers?
Yes,
you ever get hit with one of those pillows?
Yes, and it hurts.
I don't want you.
Yeah, it is. That's a really good way of doing it. It is. It's like being hit with a real feather, goose feather down pillow, because it hits a lot harder than a softer pillow does, right? Mm-hmm. And that's how Morganite works. But it's the aspect of the compassion side is really going to be what works with us. Mm-hmm. And I wanted to use the words the other day when I was writing, strap yourselves in, right, for this Mercury retrograde, because that's kind of the energy that you feel. It's like you need to strap yourself in, but it's strap yourself in to do this work, be ready to do the work. Right. And it's like when you're having a real pillow, not this is kind of fun, and we're using the I can't think of the word. Like filling, the stuffing filling for stuffed animals and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, that that kind of filling is a lot lighter and airier versus using, like you said, the goose down. So yeah, I get it. It's a lot of getting stuff done that needs to get done. And maybe I'm speaking for me, because that's the energy I'm feeling. Is it's like, we just got to get stuff done. It's time to get this stuff done.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right. How about the number, my dear?
So 22 is our number of the day, which is a master number. So and it's really kind of cool because I have master numbers throughout my chart everywhere. And I always say to people, I know when I'm not living in that energy because it hurts. It really does hurt. So 22 breaks down into a 4. 4 is about building, its foundation, right? So the foundation, when you go into a master number, is already there. So all you're doing is you're elevating it. So today is about elevating that energy, finding what it is that you are what you've been working on, what needs shoring up, and what is that and I'm not seeing it as necessarily a project. It can be a project, it can be communication, it can be a partnership. Then when you start working in the energy of 22, you're elevating and you're really becoming the master of the foundation that you've created.
Yeah.
So work with that energy. Today, I'm finding that is what I'm being pushed to do by, it's like I knew I needed to start this crystal journal that I was thinking it was just going to be a worksheet, but now it's looking like it's going to be more. So I'm just following the energy of it all. And, it's like for Gayle, follow the energy. Today's a great day to take what you started yesterday or that thought about
the monthly worksheets.
The monthly worksheets and work it. Get it done. See, or get it at least more than started. Because sometimes it's easy to start something and walk away from it.
Oh, easy.
Today's the energy that you complete what you start.
Nice. I love that the foundation is already there. We're going back to something that we've already laid the foundation. We've already given it structure. We've already given it bones. And now is to elevate everything in it so that it's closer to the master project or the master finish.
Exactly. And you want, and when it gets there, the energy is so open and easeful and joyful to do it at the moment. So I'm really seeing and feeling, even though this is going to be a get shit done Mercury retrograde. I really feel like at least today it's open and flowful to get shit done.
Yes. Lovely.
Oh.
All righty. Well, harnessing Leo's fiery energy. For transformative growth, it's funny because when I go and I've been doing these things on Chat GPT just to pump them up a bit. And literally I have the template, I have the foundation, I plug things in and it spits out different things at me, right? So I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? Leo's fiery energy for transformation. But then I walked it back, all of this information that I fed it, and it's absolutely correct because of Mercury in retrograde, conjunct Venus in Virgo, right? But right now, everything is in Leo. The sun is in Leo. The moon is in Leo. Mercury is in Leo, okay? So all of this that we've just been talking about, the pulling out what we've already started, blowing the dust off and seeing where we can take it up a notch now. All of this is that Leo energy of, hey, look at me. I'm amazing. I started something. I'm going to finish it now. Check this out. Oh my God. Right? That is totally Leo, right? And what's going to come out of that about taking out something that we've already given that form to and polishing it up is going to be that, and bringing the Morganite energy into it as well, that self-love, self-confident feeling like, look, I can do this. I've done this. Look what I can do, right? Not necessarily from an egocentric point, but again, walking into that age of Aquarius where each of us bring our skills and talents to help the world laterally, not from an authority down point of view anymore, right? And this can't happen unless we show up with what we have to offer. Again, why Saturn's over there on the other side in Gemini going, look, do your shit, bitch, or I'm going to kick your ass. Right? The world needs you to take care of your duties. All right? You know what your duty is. You know when you're not doing your duty because it makes you want to hide, numb out, and disappear. Opposite of Leo, Get it?
Yes.
Yeah. Right? So yeah, take this time. This freaking portal that's coming up is absolutely amazing, right? And I stand corrected on my years long stance about the Lionsgate portal because I didn't understand it. I'm like, it just doesn't apply for me. But realizing that there is that alignment happening between Sirius, the dog star, right? Orion's belt, where a lot of the origins of us as star seeds are called to, like that's where our origin is. It's just amazing, and Earth aligning, all lined up, allowing us to do what needs to be done to transform ourselves into what we want to be. Right now, check this out. This is the card of the day today. 3 of Pentacles. All right. Now, when we get into the Suit of Pentacles, usually it's all about money. It's all about the energy source that it takes to get by in a material life. Okay. And when we're looking at the 3, we're looking at the Father, the Son, the Holy Ghost, if you will, the Trinity, any 3 things that come together that create something larger. Okay. But as you can see on this particular card, there are 3 people that are looking at, considering, and discussing the artwork that's on the wall. Now it's time to step back, take a look at what you've already accomplished, and see what needs to be done to make it any better, right? That brings us to today's affirmation. With mindful intention, I lay the groundwork for a prosperous future. Okay. So you can see how all of this comes together. Like Krista said, now is the time to pull that out. You have a deadline. August 28th is the end of Mercury retrograde. This is your time to work on this stuff right now. You have 12 days before the direct shadow phase going forward. Put your little T's crossed and your I's dotted and your ribbons on top. But right now is your 12 days to do what it is that you said that you were going to do a long time ago, and you felt the need to put it away for whatever reason. Let it simmer on the back burner. Let the flavors come together. Now is the time to bring it out and finish the recipe. All right? All right.
I like that. Time to pull it out and finish the recipe. That's a good idea. I like that.
Absolutely. All righty, my dears. I think that actually we're going to cut it off a little bit early today.
Yeah.
If you're okay with that.
I am.
And wish you all wonderful, wonderful week ahead. We love you very, very much for being here. Make sure that you share this out and let people know we are back again, and we're going to have some pretty exciting stuff come up. Oh, Tracy, happy birthday. Yeah. Happy birthday, Tracy.
Happy birthday.
When is Tracy's birthday?
Exactly today.
Interesting. Because my stepdaughter Tracy's birthday is tomorrow.
Oh, wow. There you go. Yeah.
So happy birthday to that Tracy too. Happy birthday, both of you. All Tracy's. All right. And we'll see you all next week. Thanks again for coming out and spending some time with us. We love you. We'll see you again real soon. Bye.